Last week on MoneyFish.
We had to wait for the forecast to pan out, but day one, we're shoving off.
All of a sudden the call comes out, right teaser, there he is.
Lines are back in. We're kind of trolling down C. Here they come again.
We went 2 for 3. I mean, that is doing well. We love to be 3 for 3, 100%. We want to do everything the best possible, but we were very happy coming in.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
I'm an angler, fish wrangler. I catch 'em no matter where they are, y'all. I go get 'em. Call me the line wetter. Big fish catcher, rockin' hook gear, ain't no one better. Lake to salt water, pond to big river. When I bait the hook, I always deliver. Only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
Top water terror, bait caster bandit. Deep sea demon, the fish can't stand it. Know that I'm coming, saltwater chumming. Largemouth legend, show up and catch 'em. There's only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again. Oh, I'm about to get 'em right here. Gonna take that thing. It's that money fish.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hunt that money fish.
This is about being a family, and out there, we help each other out. We're ultimately there for a good time, and really that's what the fishing community does. You come together, no matter what your skill level is, no matter how good you are, no matter who you are, you come together as a community to enjoy this sport, and that's what the Hook brand is all about. It's about the community, it's about catching fish, it's about building the best product and working together. It's amazing to see the respect that these guys get on the dock. I mean, really, like when Billy and Johnny and Riggs and everyone gets together and starts talking, I mean, you're looking at the Michael Jordan, LeBron James, the Scottie Pippens, the Charles Barkley. I mean, these great athletes in their sport coming together. It's just special to be a part of that. So Ryan Riggs, the captain of the full pull, he's incredible. He's one of the best fishermen I've ever met in my life. And not only that, he's a stand-up gentleman. He has been involved with the Hook brand from the start. And he looks after us like, we're his baby brother. Ryan is an incredible fisherman who knows what he's doing. He's calm, cool, and collective, and he flat out catches fish. So Captain Billy of the Makara is he's a stand-up guy, but he is here to win, and he's one of the best captains here. Billy runs the 70-foot Viking Makara, and she's a beautiful boat, and that's a first-class operation. I mean, these guys flat out catch fish. That's what he does. When he leaves the dock and he gets out there, He's running full bore, and he's going to catch fish. You know, they're coming in with stringers of 9, 10 fish. I mean, they're making it happen. They're very, very good at what they do. He is one of the best captains in the business. And, you know, during the White Marlin Open, this was proven. I mean, he was one of the first boats taking a fish to the scales. Flat out, he'll back in, come full in. He's wearing our shirts 24/7. He's in the tower. He's got blood. He's got sweat. He's got ice. And he may not be the most vocal person, but he'll let you know when your stuff is good or if it sucks. And really, that's what we need. I mean, we need these athletes out there breaking product and helping us design better products so that when the rest of us go out there and buy it, we have the best possible product on our backs, helping us fish, making us better.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
Come on, get together.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
We laid on Tuesday because it was really rough. And then Wednesday was day 3 of the tournament, but day 2 fishing for us. And, you know, we decided to go. We were talking with Ryan. A lot of the boats were going, and it was going to be sporty going out.
You know, everybody's been on the dock just about for a day. Looking big in the morning. I mean, when it's blowing 30 knots the day before, it takes a long time to lay down. And but forecast was good for the ride home. And it was just a chance we had to take in terms of, you know, is it going to be Wednesday or Friday? What day are you going to go? And, you know, thankfully we picked Wednesday. Rough ride out. You know, got tucked behind the full pull on the way out just to have that bigger boat kind of knock it down for us.
Man, going out in the dark is one thing, but going out in the dark when it's 5 to 6 foot seas is a whole nother ball game, and it is challenging to say the least. You know, Ryan talked to us before. He's like, listen, just come ride behind me. They're a big boat. They're gonna try to break down some of the seas and keep us safe. And it, you know, that's something special. One of your buddies being like, hey, we're on a big boat. You're in a small boat. We'll look after you. No worries. I'll keep your eye on you. And that's what we did. You know, plan was to run out with him and stay right behind him the whole way out, and that's what we did. But it's still, there's nothing you can do in a center console running into 6-footers. It's just, I mean, 3 hours on your feet. You're on the wheel, you're on the stick the entire time, adjusting power, trying to keep up with it, trying to keep the boat smooth, jumping waves. I mean, it was big for us.
Doesn't mean that, you know, we didn't see some airtime. And that's just one of the things with Drew driving the boat. It's his hand only goes down on the throttle, and you know, fun ride out. But for a boat that usually takes an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to get where we're going, that was about a 3-hour ride, and we were really eating some big seas on the way out. I'm thankful for Riggs and the full pull for beating it down for us. And that was kind of the way the day went. It was just slow fishing.
All right, go.
You know, got out there, fished hard all day long, and And Ben started marking bait and started marking fish, and we stayed on top of that. And, when you're marking them, they're there. It's just whether or not they're going to come up, and sure enough, they did. We raised a blue, and he was under the teaser, swimming, but just wouldn't eat. And it's, there's nothing you can do. You bring your teaser in, you drop your flat line, you have your longs out. There's nothing you can do when they won't eat. But seeing them is special. You just wish you would get every bite. And staying in that turn and staying on that bait ball, another fish comes up, hits Stubbs' long, and he's hooked up. Well, while he's hooked up, we're still fishing into the turn, seeing if we can pick one more up. And nothing. So we're pulling all the gear in. We have all the gear almost all the way pulled in. And here comes the man in the blue suit. I mean, a blue marlin is all over the teaser. I mean, he is up in it. I thought he was tangled in it. And we still have a fish on.
Blue marlin up in the spread. White marlin up in the spread. Fish is on. Lines peeling out. And just, equipment failures. And fish not taking the baits. And, you got a blue marlin up, and we got a pitch bait that just is the sexiest swimming mackerel you ever see. And it just never dawned on anybody in all the excitement to grab it and throw it out.
We're in the turn. Stubbs is fighting a fish, and there's a blue. Switchy goes from the right teaser to the left teaser, and he's there. We're just all over the place trying to get baits back out, and he just wouldn't eat anything. We didn't have a pitch bait ready. We probably should have, but it just, in all that chaos, there's nothing you can do. And managed to pull off that fish, which is frustrating, the one Stubbs had on, and missed two more that day. And all in all, it was 0 for 2, 0 for 3, and saw 5 fish. One was a blue marlin. I mean, that's not a bad day of seeing fish. We just didn't come tight, and it's hey, angler error. We have made some mistakes, but we're not going to make those mistakes again. But seeing that many fish is nice. But it happened. I mean, it happened right then, right there. And man, we just couldn't make it happen.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
We torture our lights so you can rely on them in the real world. Rigid Industries has created the world's toughest LED lights, now available for your boat. Start seeing the difference. Rigid Industries.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
0 for 2, saw the man in the blue suit, didn't come tight, ate the teaser. We didn't make it happen out here, but we're probably last today, but we'll be the first ones home, that's for sure.
So day 2, man, we're finishing up, and a lot of questions. What are we gonna do after coming in hot day 1? Man, we've got 2. We never caught any in the White Marlin Open. To our next day of fishing, really, really slow outside of 20 minutes of fury. And what are you gonna do the next day? What's your strategic move? Are you gonna go way offshore 100 miles and try to find that really hot Gulf Stream water where some of the other boats have been doing great? Or are you gonna stay with what you know? And there's bigger fish in there. The winning fish was caught about a mile away from us. So, what we're analyzing right now and kind of leaning towards is go with what you know. We know that right around 1 o'clock every day, we're going to get some bites. And are you going to be ready? And is the bait going to be there? How crowded is it going to get? Because every day it's been picking up a little bit fleet-wise. So going in, finishing our second day of fishing, going into day 3 for us, I think we're staying home, man. We're going back to where we've been the whole time. We're going to hope for 3 to 4 bites that we've been getting, and this time we're going to be ready. So day 3, sea conditions are fantastic. It's just summertime, and it is what it is, man. We pull up the radar before we leave the dock. Not before we leave the dock, after we leave the dock. We're heading out the inlet and pop it up real quick. It's a huge cell coming through, really across that southern point of the Delmarva, about 100 miles. Lightning, it goes from green to yellow to orange to red in spots, and the bullseye is set on the Washington Canyon, and that's where we're going. It's our 3rd day fishing, and super flat, calm seas today. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. Get ready to leave, and we've got some rain, lightning, a bunch of storms on the radar. Decided to run down here and just see how it shook out. Sometimes they bust up, and this one has not busted up. So what we're looking at is, we're fishing just north of Washington, and we've got, we're not necessarily scared of rain, but there's just a good bit of lightning on the south end of this that's kind of coming our way, and there's some isolated bolts in there, but it looks like we're about to get the bullseye here on the hard stuff. So 25 knot west winds and rain blowing everywhere. It's gonna set pretty good. And you got a decision to make. Are you gonna change course, or are you just gonna go out there and deal with it? We felt like we had the gear to do it, but when there's lightning involved, you need the luck to do it, and just one of those kind of bets you make as a fisherman. You're gonna go out there and hope you can dodge it. You get in a sticky situation, you pick up a runaway. But right now, we're going there, we're going to fish it out, and that storm's coming right at us.
It's our last day of the tournament. We're out here probably 60 miles. Big storm pushing through. It's going to be interesting. This is the fun of running in a center console. You do not have the luxuries of a kitchen and a fine dining room and all the good things. So we're going to batten down the hatches, and we're just going to fish through it. 25 knot wind, a little bit of lightning. Not really sure how this is going to go, holding rods and all sorts of stuff. So we'll make it happen one way or another. We have an 8-person life raft and like 10-day food ration. We'll be good to go. Weather was a little iffy. There were some big storms. We're on the Simrad screens watching live feeds of this storm coming through, direction, speed, wave height, everything. And we knew we were going to get it. Thank God we had foul weather gear. We were decked out head to toe in rain gear. That's part of being in a center console. We are not a sport fish boat. We do not have a 60-footer with satellite TV and air conditioning and whatnot. We will be sitting in the rain all day long, and that's part of it. That's what we do. It's the way we can make it happen, so we did it.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
Last day, after missing some bites the day before, felt like it was time to change it up a little bit. Not due to anyone's fault, but let's change up the juju back there in the cockpit. I've been driving the boat for many days in a row, and one of the things I've done more than everybody else is catch white marlin. I might not be great at it, but I've caught a lot of them, and it was time to get me back there to try and hook one. And at least then, if I missed one, I couldn't complain anymore. So that's what we were going to do the last day. Drew and I are now manning the rods in the back. I kind of kicked him out of his right corner just to switch it up a little bit more. Doc's going to drive the boat, and we're going to see if we can do something different today. Just a different level of readiness when you come back there fresh versus doing it day after day after day. All right, so last day of the White Marlin Open, desperation is setting in. We are at about 10:38, so we're counting down to 5 hours left, and can't buy a bite. So we're gonna try and change that. We're gonna try and buy a bite. Happens on a lot of the boats. It's one of those fishermen's superstitions, and we're gonna put it on the big plug. So on the 50s, maybe we'll get a blue marlin, come up and eat, and fingers crossed, man. This is the final countdown here. We're just driving around in circles along the same, the 50 fathom line that we've been hitting all week, right in the same general area, just for hours and hours and hours. And it starts to get to early, late afternoon. This is when we've been getting our bites. So, but you're also getting ground down a little bit. Very slow fishing that day. Didn't see a white marlin really until about 1:30.
Round 1:30, man, we just got a hit. I mean, out of the blue, you're talking, having a conversation, not paying attention, and there he was.
Really lucky, just tore down the left rigger. Drew was right there. The fish was jumping. I think by the time he got the rod in his hand, it was already hooked.
And he was hooked up, got the rod out, came tight on the fish, and the fish started tail walking, and that's when everybody's eyes were the size of semis.
So this is our moment. Fish takes the bait, is jumping, and you just see this wide belly coming at you, and you know it's a good one.
Fish looked big, and that's what we were doing. We were trolling in that spot all day for one good fish. That's all we need, one nice fish.
The level of stress on the boat went from pretty relaxed to, everybody's just sick to their stomach about the throw up. Like, this is the one. We're gonna get to go to the scale and maybe be in the money with this fish.
Probably 30 minutes seemed like 30 hours. It was the most stressed I've ever seen this crew in my entire life. But this is fishing. This is part of it. You just got to stick with it and fight the fish and hope it all comes together. It is what it is.
Dragging on and on. The fish is jumping like mad, and then he goes down to the deep, and it's down and dirty. It takes a while to pull them up when they get down there, and we're just all kind of standing around sweating.
So we fight this fish for a good 30 minutes, and Ben's leading, and he's finger tipping him up, and once he sees the fish, we're like, we may have a good one. This may be the one.
Got it hooked. We got lucky. Let's get luckier. Let's get this fish up to the boat, and number one, get a hand on the leader and get our release so we can fly a flag coming home. And two, let's get our hands on this fish and get it measured out. Just extreme excitement, anxiety, all of it. It's what it's all about. It's White Marlin Open. You're fishing for $1 million.
You just don't know until you get them next to the boat, and we just nice and easy work this fish up. Finally got him up.
And then hands on the bill. And I'm not good at very much, but when I get my hands on something, it's coming in the boat.
Put the tape measure on him, and he was short.
As much as you're trying to stretched that fish out. It didn't work, just came out short. And your job from there as fishermen in a release conservation minded tournament is to get that fish back in the water as quick as you can. We feel great. A lot of boats caught 3 or 4 fish, and it's a down tournament for them. And this is like, man, we're flying high. The game changed a little bit for us this year. We're very excited about how we did, and to have a big one there at the end just get you fired up for next year. It's possible. We had one that was right on the edge. There's no reason we can't get one that's right over the edge next year.